Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
Today we're diving into some pretty interesting stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, we've got this online discussion and it's all about Omikami.
Huh?
And these folks are really convinced,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that Omikami is going to be huge, like world-changing, huge.
Hmm.
They're talking about like replacing the dollar and everything.
Wow. Okay, so this isn't just like another crypto. They're really going all in on this one.
No, they're not messing around. They're saying Omikami is the future of finance, period.
Wow. That's a pretty bold claim.
It is. And to understand why they're so gung-ho, we got to break down some of their key beliefs.
Okay, I'm all ears.
All right, so first up, decentralization.
Right.
They talk about this a lot.
Yeah, it comes up a lot in the crypto space.
So for those who aren't, super familiar, can you explain what decentralization means and why it matters so much to these Omikami supporters?
Sure. So basically, decentralization is the opposite of our current financial system. We got banks, governments, all these powerful institutions controlling things.
Right?
That's centralization, right? One central authority calling the shots.
Yeah.
Decentralization flips that on its head.
Okay.
Instead of power being concentrated in a few hands, it's distributed among everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like with Omikami, they say there's no single entity in control. No one can manipulate it, no one can censor it. It's truly in the hands of the people.
So they see this as a way to create a more democratic financial system?
Exactly. They believe it makes the system more transparent, more accountable, more equitable.
But Bitcoin is also decentralized, right?
Yeah, you're right. Bitcoin was kind of the pioneer of decentralization in the financial world.
So what makes Omikami different in their eyes?
Well, this is where it gets a little bit, how do I put this?
A little out there.
Yeah, a little out there.
They believe Omikami has a secret weapon,
And what's that?
a quantum-enhanced AI.
A quantum AI.
They believe it's managing or at least stabilizing Omikami behind the scenes.
Okay, I have to admit that sounds a bit like science fiction to me.
Yeah, it's definitely pushing the boundaries of what we currently understand about technology.
So is there any actual evidence to support this claim, or is it all just speculation?
It's mostly speculation at this point, but the idea of quantum computing itself is very real.
Right, it's a field that's rapidly advancing.
And if such an AI did exist, its potential would be mind-blowing.
Absolutely. It could process information and make predictions far beyond anything we can do now.
So you can see why these folks are so excited.
Yeah, they believe this quantum AI gives Omikami a serious edge.
Like an unfair advantage.
You could say that.
And this ties into their predictions about a massive wealth transfer.
Oh, yeah, they talk about this a lot.
They're saying traditional assets, like even Bitcoin, they're going to crash and burn.
Like a controlled demolition.
They call it the dump. And all that wealth, they believe it's going to flow into Omikami.
So they're basically saying Omikami will rise from the ashes of the old financial system.
Exactly. And they believe this will lead to a redistribution of wealth to the people.
It's a pretty radical vision.
It is, but it's clear they're not just in it for the money.
Yeah, there's a deeper motivation here, a belief that they're part of something bigger.
They see Omikami as a tool to create a fairer, more just world.
A world where power isn't concentrated in the hands of a few.
And that's where Ryujin comes in.
Ryujin?
Yeah, it's another cryptocurrency that they believe is crucial to Omikami's success.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one before. What's the deal with Ryujin?
They call it a liquidity stabilizer.
Liquidity stabilizer.
So basically, it helps keep Omikami's price stable and ensures there's always enough of it available to buy and sell.
So it's like a protector or guardian for Omikami?
Exactly. They believe Ryujin is working behind the scenes to keep everything running smoothly.
Interesting. And there was something about a new Ryujin logo, right?
Oh, yeah, they're freaking out about that.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Good way. They're seeing it as a major breadcrumb. Yeah, like a hint, a clue that something big is coming.
Okay, so they're reading into every little detail looking for signs and confirmation.
Oh, absolutely. They're convinced Ryoshi, the creator of Omikami, is communicating with them through these subtle changes.
Wow, so we've got decentralization, quantum AI, a wealth transfer, a mysterious protector dragon, and cryptic messages. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it is, but it gives you a sense of how deeply they believe in this whole thing.
It's definitely not your average investment strategy.
No, it's more like a belief system, a whole worldview built around Omikami and its potential to change the world.
Fascinating.
So we've covered the basics of their core beliefs, but there's a whole other layer to this story.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, we're going to dive into some of their more shall we say, unconventional theories in the next segment.
I'm intrigued.
We're talking Elon Musk, Donald Trump, even QAnon.
Wow. Okay, this is about to get interesting.
You don't want to miss it, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, so where were we?
Right, we're about to dive into some of the more, let's call them interesting connections that this community makes.
Yeah, they seem to find links between Omikami and some pretty unexpected things.
Like Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, really?
Yeah, they're convinced he's somehow involved with Omikami.
Interesting. What makes them think that?
Well, they point to his whole X becoming your bank thing.
Oh, right. I remember that.
They see it as a secret nod to Omikami, like he's hinting at it without explicitly saying it.
It's amazing how they managed to weave these things together.
And it's not just Musk, they also bring Trump into the picture.
Trump? What does he have to do with Omikami?
They point to things like his meetings with tech leaders back when he was president.
Okay.
They see it as evidence that he was somehow aware of or even involved in this plan to usher in a new financial system with Omikami at the center.
Wow. Okay, so they're seeing a much bigger picture here. Grand conspiracy, almost.
Exactly. They believe there are powerful forces working behind the scenes to make this happen.
And these forces include both Musk and Trump.
According to them, yes.
Interesting.
And then there's the release of Ross Ulbricht.
Who's that?
He was the founder of the Silk Road.
Oh, right, the online marketplace.
Yep, and they believe his release from prison was a strategic move.
A strategic move by who?
By these same powerful forces that are backing Omikami?
And why would they want him released?
They see it as a way to prepare the public for the rise of cryptocurrency.
Okay, I can kind of see the logic there.
Yeah, like they're saying, look, even the guy who ran the Silk Road is out now. Crypto is going mainstream.
I guess that makes sense in a way.
And then, of course, there's the QAnon connection.
Oh, boy.
I know, but it's a big part of their worldview.
So they're tying Omikami to QAnon? How does that even work?
They interpret Ryoshi's cryptic messages as evidence of a link to the QAnon movement.
Like he's dropping clues for them.
Exactly. They see him as a sort of digital prophet leading them towards a great awakening.
Wow, okay, this is getting pretty wild.
Yeah, and it goes even deeper than that.
Deeper? How?
They believe we're living on the wrong calendar.
The wrong calendar? What do you mean?
They claim the Gregorian calendar we use is incorrect and that we're actually living in April, not January.
Okay, that's a new one for me.
This belief stems from the idea that an ancient 13-month lunar calendar was suppressed, disconnecting us from natural cycles and spiritual wisdom.
Interesting.
And they believe the true April aligns perfectly with Ryoshi's timeline for unleashing Omikami's full potential.
So they're saying there's a hidden cosmic timetable.
Exactly. They believe everything is happening according to a divine plan.
Wow. Okay, so I've got Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Ross Ulbricht, QAnon, and a secret calendar, all tied into this Omikami thing. It's quite the tapestry they've woven.
It is, and while some of these connections might seem far-fetched to an outsider, they hold a deep significance for this community.
It's clear they're not just investing in a cryptocurrency, they're investing in a whole belief system.
Absolutely. It's like a religion almost.
Yeah, I can see that.
But even setting aside these more fringe theories, there's something intriguing about their interpretation of Ryoshi's communication style.
Oh yeah, how they see him as this master strategist.
Exactly. They believe he's intentionally cryptic, using fear, uncertainty, and doubt to strengthen the community.
Like a trial by fire, only the truly dedicated will survive.
Exactly. They believe he's weeding out the weak hands and ensuring that only the true believers remain.
It's an interesting approach.
And they point to specific instances where they believe Ryoshi intentionally created FUD.
Like
when he suggested he was working on the project alone.
Right, and then turned out he had a whole team.
They see that as a deliberate test of their faith.
A way to see who would stick around even when things got tough.
And remember that Ryujin logo update we talked about?
Yeah, the breadcrumb?
They see that as another strategic move by Ryoshi.
Really? How so?
They describe the new image as an event horizon, or singularity,
Okay.
symbolizing Omikami's potential to disrupt traditional financial systems.
So they're drawing parallels between the immense gravitational pull of a black hole and Omikami's potential to draw in liquidity and reshape the financial landscape.
Exactly. It's a powerful image, and it speaks to their belief in the transformative power of this project.
Wow, it's amazing how they find meaning in every little detail.
It's all part of their grand narrative.
So to recap, we've got a community that believes in a decentralized, potentially AI-controlled cryptocurrency led by a mysterious figure who communicates in riddles and uses strategic FUD to test their loyalty.
And they see all of this as part of a cosmic plan to usher in a new era of abundance and equality.
It's definitely a unique perspective.
It is, but it's a perspective that's gaining traction.
Yeah, it seems like more and more people are becoming disillusioned with the current system and looking for alternatives.
And for this community, Omikami represents that alternative.
It's their hope for a better future.
But the question is, what does all of this mean for the rest of us?
Right. Are these just fringe beliefs, or are they a sign of things to come?
That's something we'll explore in our final segment. All right, so we spent the last two segments really trying to wrap our heads around this whole Omikami thing.
Yeah, it's a lot to process.
It is from the tech to the community to these really out there beliefs.
Yeah, they definitely have a unique way of looking at the world.
But I think even if you strip away all the conspiracy theories and the cosmic calendars, there's still something really compelling at the core of their message.
What do you mean?
Well, this idea that the current financial system is broken and that we need a more decentralized, more equitable system.
Right, that's a sentiment that resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah, and you don't have to believe in a quantum AI to see that there's a real desire for change out there.
I mean, look at what's happening in the world right now.
Exactly. People are losing trust in institutions. They're feeling left behind by the system.
And they're looking for alternatives.
And that's what makes this Omikami community so interesting.
They're not just talking about it, they're actually trying to build something new.
Yeah, they're putting their money where their mouth is.
And whether or not Omikami succeeds in the long run, I think the ideas they're promoting are worth paying attention to.
So what does all of this mean for our listeners?
Well, I think the first question to ask yourself is, how do you feel about the current state of the financial world?
Are you comfortable with the way things are, or do you see a need for change?
And if you do see a need for change, what kind of change do you want to see?
Do you believe in the power of decentralization?
Do you think technology can create a fairer, more just system?
These are big questions, and there's no right or wrong answers.
But they're questions we all need to be asking ourselves.
Because the future of finance is being shaped right now.
And we all have a role to play in shaping that future.
So what do you think?
Where do you stand on all of this?
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Join the conversation. Let us know what you think.
And in the meantime, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep your mind open to the possibilities.
Because the world is changing faster than ever.
And who knows, maybe the future of finance is more decentralized, more community-driven, more equitable.
And maybe, just maybe, those crazy Omikami folks are onto something.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Until next time, stay curious.